Hello and good morning. Don't forget you have makeup tests starting tomorrow. Make sure that you study before taking that. All right, so we learned diameter. Diameter is the longest chord. And it goes through the center of the circle. It has the end points on the circle. That is the longest chord. Radius goes from the center of the circle to a point on the circle. So center to a point on the circle. A chord has the end points on the circle. So end points on the circle. Make sure you know those definitions. This right here is trig. So put a dot right here. This is opposite and adjacent, so that's tangent. So it's a tangent of 10 degrees equals opposite over adjacent. Now you're going to go ahead and switch positions here. You're going to move the x up, and you're going to move that one down below. And then you take your calculator and you work it out. So clear your calculator. Press equals. I get 28.3. And let me just double check that. All right, that is what I get, and that's what I'm going to stay with. This one right here, make sure you understand this. When you're going to see that it's an isosceles triangle, you're going to drop an altitude straight down. That's going to split this in half right here. So this is now 50 degrees. We're going to call this one right here y. And what we're going to do once we find y is double it, and we're going to get x. Okay, so we want this one first. This is 7. So if you're standing here, this is opposite over hypotenuse. So that's the sine of 50 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. So you're going to get 7 times the sine of 50 degrees. But remember, you have to double it to get x. So multiply by 2. So clear your calculator, press 50, press sine, times 7, press equals, and then times 2, and I get 10.7. Make sure you know how to do those, okay? It's really not hard. Just drop an altitude, figure out part of it, and then double it. Today you have a worksheet which looks like this, and we'll talk about it in class. We'll work some of these. All right, so let's go on now to the next period, which is MCR class. Okay, MCR class, we're doing the greatest common factor here. Okay, so to get the greatest common factor, what you're going to do is first prime factor everything. So this one right here is going to be 5 times 9, and then 3 times 3, and then x. This one's going to be 5 times 5. You're looking for what's in common. The only thing that's in common is a 5, so you're going to take a 5 out. You're left with 9x squared here. You have a minus, and then you're left with a 5, and you're done. And that's how you do it. This one right here, the first term is a negative, so you're going to factor out a negative. Also, they all have a 5, but we're going to break it down. So this is going to be 5xx. This one's going to be 5xxx. This one's going to be 3 times 5, x. So they all have a 5. So you're going to take out a negative and a 5. They all have 2 x's, so you're going to take out 2 x's. And whatever's left is your answer. Remember, by taking this negative out, these signs change. So this one is going to become a positive, but there's nothing there. So it's just going to be 1. That one changes to a plus. You're left with an x. This one changes to a plus, and you're left with 3x squared. And that's how you factor. Remember, if the leadoff one is a negative, you have to factor out a negative. And that's everything. And today you have a worksheet right here. This is worksheet B. Tomorrow we're going into the difference of 2 squares. Make sure you stay on top of the factoring if you didn't learn it the first time, or if you forgot it. This is just some more practice here. And don't forget retesting tomorrow. Have a good day.